Hi everyone, I'm Chris Karpiak and I'm going to be working with graphics today, and we are going to be making this beautiful art journal together. First, you will want an art journal, and it doesn't matter what size or what kind. I'm just using my regular one here, and I'm using these paper artsy paints. I've got grape and moonlight and then chalk and globe thistle, but it doesn't really matter what you use as long as you've got some lighter colors and some darker colors. I am working monochromatically here. So we're going for a little bit of depth, which is why we're adding darker and lighter. And I would say if you could keep the darker colors sort of more towards the outside and then the lighter colors more towards the inside, I think that might just be better with some of the layers that we're going to put over top. You will definitely want to make sure that your page is dry before we do the next step. Now, let's get out our clear adhesive backed film, and this you print through your printer at home. And I just use my inkjet printer, and I got a quote from Brene Brown which says, "One day you will tell the story of how you overcome what you went through, and it will become someone else's survival guide." I really like that one. And print out a quote quite large. You want to fill your whole page with it, because we're going to cut that up. So you want to make sure you're going to be able to have, a big enough page to cover your art journal page. And then you'll also want to print out some images that will go right over top of your art journal page. The one on the bottom there, that one I just took a photograph and kind of worked it up on my computer, and the one on the left, the purple one, I took that as well, and I just sort of altered that a bit using Canva. But if you don't have these sorts of things, you can always look on the internet and see what you can find. So you want to just cut that background image the size of your art journal, and it's like a giant sticker. And it's so cool. It's like magic almost when you peel it off, because look what you're left with. It's so incredible. And we're going to just put that right over top of our painted background. And presto, like I'm not kidding, you have a beautiful and simple background in 2 steps. It's just that simple. I just absolutely love that, guys. I'm not kidding. Now, because I have these other images and I didn't want to waste any of the paper, I thought I'd adhere them on. And this is completely up to you. You know how many layers you want to put on. I think always adding extra layers and colors really does give it depth and interest. Already it looks like we've worked so hard, but it's so beautiful. And then let's put our words over top. Now you can decide how tall you want your words to be. I literally just wanted them to be more or less in the middle of my art journal page. I didn't want them going from top to bottom. And look at that. I mean, the words are so lightly printed. I printed them with a very light gray. And now we're ready for the matte adhesive back film. Now it's the same as the clear, exact same, except it's matte. So when you peel off the sticker, it will turn off matte. So you want to get a variety of some images there, and you want to get a focal point. And this is just a picture I had from a photograph I bought at a sale. And then you want to have your sentiment as well. Again, these are my own photographs. But if you don't do photography and you don't know how to use Canva, or you don't have a program, it's not a problem. You can go on the internet and you can print out anything you want and then just cut those out. So first, let's start with our focal point. We've got here from Grafix this beautiful chipboard, and it's in white and it also comes in craft and in the black. And you know, I think the black is going to look the best behind our image. So let's make a little frame there, and you can use your scissors or a trimmer, doesn't really matter. And if you like, you can take some sandpaper and kind of rough up the edges and, you know, just give it a little bit of a roughed look. So when you're ready to adhere it, it is literally this simple. You just peel off the back and ta-da. It is so fun. It's so fun and it's so simple. Now it's up to you if you want to embellish your focal point. Here I'm just putting on a little tiny piece of muslin with an antique clip. And I'm also going to wrap it in just some little twine on the bottom of the image. But it's really up to you if you want to do this or what materials you want to use. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good so far. Now it's time to cut out all your sort of supporting cast, if you will, all the little images. And for me, because I love flowers so much, I wanted to use these botanicals. And I think what we'll want to do is kind of support that picture with the images that you cut kind of in the background around that focal point, really drawing your eye to the picture. And I would say just place them on there before you actually adhere them, because it's quite sticky and you might not be able to move them around later. This material is really strong because look at how thin that stem is on that poppy. If I cut that with regular paper, for sure it would have broken already. But because this material is so strong, you know, you can really cut some delicate things. Now when it comes to the focal point, you can put it on the chipboard again. The only thing I wanted to do was sort of have it halfway onto the photograph, but because chipboard on chipboard is just a little bit too thick and it just doesn't sometimes look that good. So I'm just going to put it on the bottom right of the picture, and I think that still looks perfectly fine. Now let's adhere it all with our double tack mounting film. And it is again like a giant sticker. It comes in these big sheets. I have a little bit left over, so certainly we will use that up. And when you cut it, it's like essentially having two-sided tape, where you peel off one side and you adhere it to the back of whatever you want to adhere. And then you just peel off the other side and stick it onto your substrate. Okay, I just want to move it over a little bit. I put it too much in the center, but you know what? It's so sticky that if I keep pulling up, I'm just going to destroy the whole thing. So it is there to stay. I hope that you are inspired to try something like this yourself, because I can tell you it is so fun and these materials are absolutely brilliant. And you can see the quality of the printing is so, so good. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care.